routes. Do you ever get on that other side?
All right, we're starting to play. We're warming up. St. James girls are warming up on the offense, and we're starting to play St. Michael Catholic Church. They're out of, or Catholic school. I'm sorry. They're out of Catholic Church. They're out of, or Catholic school. I'm sorry. They're out of Fairhope, Alabama. We defeated Mary G. Montgomery out of Mobile in our 8:30 match, and the score on that. We defeated them 2-0. The score on that was 25-23, 25-14. It was a little closer than we wanted, but the girls played very well. St. James is taking their warm-up serves now, and again, this St. Michael's school, they're out of Fairhope. They're the Cardinals, and to my knowledge, this may be the first time that St. James has played St. Michael. They just played host team Spanish Fort, and again, this is our second match in the Spanish Fort Invitational Tournament. But and we're in Pool A. It's a team of 4, and St. Michael will be taking. St. James just finished their warm-up serves. St. Michael will practice their offensive hits, sets, and then we'll practice their serves. We're about 3 minutes and 45 seconds left until time to play. But give you St. James is 27. At this point, our season record is 27-8. And again, this is our second match in the Spanish Fort Invitational Tournament. We will play. This is a 10:30 match, and then we will play host team Spanish Fort at 1:30 to finish pool play. The top 2 teams, sorry about that, the top 2 teams in the each pool will advance to the gold bracket, and the bottom 2 teams will advance to the silver bracket, and that bracket will be set up depending on how the teams are seeded and how they did in the pool play. Again, right now the Trojans are 1-0. We defeated the Mary Montgomery Vikings in the first match this morning at 8:30, and we're about to play the Cardinals. No jokes on the mascot names, the Trojans and the Cardinals, but this morning was pretty good. It had the Trojans and the Vikings, so it was a battle. We'll go that way. Come up with some more cheesy lines for you. But the girls are playing good today. They're playing better. This tournament's always really good for us because we can get ready for our area playoffs that will start on Monday. And then our super regionals will be Thursday and Friday of next week. And hopefully the girls will do well enough that we can advance to the state tournament, which will be the following week. It's always good to see the team continue to improve at the end of the season, and we're in the process of doing that now. We had someone was saying earlier this morning that we're using the Wi-Fi hotspot today, which is, again, this is a concrete block building, and hopefully you guys, the videos, good, the clarity on the video is good enough that you can not skip it around. We've got the Cardinals are practicing their practice serves now, and we got about 55 seconds before we're going to start play. Got about 15 seconds before the horn will blow, and the down referee will check lineups, and teams will greet each other at the net, and we'll get this thing going. Bam! There's a horn. No music before the game. This music was earlier in the morning. The Trojans are on the left side court serving to the right. The Cardinals are in their dark gray and red numbers, dark gray jerseys and red numbers. The Trojans in their long sleeve whites and navy numbers. Trojans are to your left and off screen. They're stacking it up. They break huddle, and we'll prepare to greet the Cardinals at the net. And the teams will meet each other at the net. The Trojans again in the white and the Cardinals in the dark gray jerseys. It's going to get loud. St. James, let me see. Where's Poundstone? Oh yeah, Poundstone's on the court. That's a good sign. That means St. James will be serving to the Cardinals of St. Michael. The Trojans start out with Bailey Williams, Emily Poundstone, Carson Ann Crow, Liz Ann Livings, Emily Olsey, and Kathleen Wright. Poundstone will be serving to the Cardinals from the left side. The down referee has checked the lineups on the Cardinals side, checking the St. James lineup, starting positions. And we're about ready to get this one going. Again, St. James Trojans against St. Michael, against the St. Michael Cardinals. The down referee rolls the ball into Poundstone. She's just maybe off screen. Poundstone serving to the Cardinals down the line. Nice serve. Cardinals roll. Olsey blocks it at the net. Free ball to St. James, played by Carson Crow. Gets it to Poundstone. Liz Ann Livings. Ball's dug up by the Cardinals. Free ball and doesn't make it. Liz Ann Livings with a kill. St. James will take the first point of the match. St. James leading 1-0. Poundstone serve, nice serve. Oh, that's an ace. Ace for Poundstone. That's her first of the match. St. James takes an early 2-0 lead over the Cardinals. Poundstone serving, floating one into the middle of the Cardinals defense. That's another ace. Emily's hot. There's two aces in as many serves. And St. James leading now 3-0. Another floater serve to the, oh, that's an ace. That's 3 aces in a row for Emily Poundstone. St. James leading now 4-0. She's got the hot hand now. She floats another one in. The double hit not called. Ball's rolled over, played by Carson A. Crow. She gets it to Poundstone. Back to Livings. Nice attack, dug up by the Cardinals. Double hit not called. Tip over the block, played by Poundstone. Bailey Williams rushes in to get the ball in to Lizanne Livings. Williams to Livings. That's a kill for St. James. That's Lizanne Livings' second kill of the match. St. James leading now 5-0. Emily floats another one into the right side line. Cardinals set up their attack. Blocked at the net by Olsey and Livings. Carson A. Crow plays the ball, gets it to Poundstone. Poundstone to Olsey. Ball's dug up by the Cardinals. Pushed over, pushed back over by Olsey. That's a double hit, not called. Ball's pushed, rolled over the block, played by Lizanne Livings to Poundstone. Back to Livings. Down it goes. Lizanne Livings' third kill of the match. Poundstone to Livings, and St. James takes a 6-0 lead over the Cardinals as they call timeout on the court. Trojans playing very well early in this first set against the Cardinals. Cardinals break huddle, take the court. Trojans are huddled up on the court. They break huddle and take the court. Emily Poundstone still serving for the Trojans. Poundstone floats another one into the middle of the back row. The Cardinals set up their attack. Pushed over. St. James couldn't get the ball back over the court. That's a side out and a point for the Cardinals. St. James on a nice run there, leading the Cardinals 6-1. Serve comes in, played by Carson A. Crow. She pushes it to Poundstone, to Olsey, and it's down. Poundstone to Olsey. That's Emily Olsey's first kill of the match, and St. James leading 7-1 as Lizanne Livings goes back to serve for St. James. Nice jump serve. Oh, it's going to be out, but thank you for playing it. That's an ace for Lizanne Livings. We caught a break there. That one was going to be out, but the Cardinal libero played the ball. So St. James, it's an ace for them. St. James leading 8-1. Nice floater serve again, played by Cardinals libero, and that one's out. Attack error by the Cardinals gives St. James their 9th point, and they lead 9-1. Lizanne Livings back serving for St. James. Floater serve to the middle of the back row of the Cardinal defense. Set up their attack. Blocked up, played by Poundstone. Bailey Williams rushes in. Carson A. Crow on the attack, dug up by the Cardinals. Double hit on the Cardinal setter. They had two players run into one another, and it caused the double hit. St. James leading now 10-1. Another nice serve to the middle of the back row. Ball played by Bailey Williams. She gets it to Poundstone. Back sets it up. We had a double hit on our set. Point and a side out for the St. Michael Cardinals. St. James leading now 10-2. Serve comes in, played by Bailey Williams to Poundstone. Over to Carson A. Crow down the line. That's a kill. Poundstone to Crow. St. James leading now 11-2. We get a side out as Alan Browning comes in for Kathleen Wright. Browning serving for the Trojans. She floats it into the middle of the back row. The Cardinals set up their attack. Ball's rolled over, played by Alan Browning. Poundstone back to Bailey Williams, and that's a kill for Bailey Williams. That's her first kill of the match. Emily Poundstone's 5th assist, and St. James leads the St. Michael Cardinals 12-2. Browning floats another one in, even shorter than before. Overpass played by Lizanne Livings to Poundstone. Back to Olsey, and she hammers the ball down for her second kill. Poundstone to Olsey. Exclamation mark on that one. St. James leading the Cardinals now 13-2. Browning floats another one into the back right. Oh, that's an ace by Browning. That's her first ace. of the match, and St. James leads the St. Michael Cardinals 14-2. Browning floats even a shorter one. They still can't get it. Alan Browning's second ace of the match. St. James leading 15-2 as St. Michael calls a timeout on the court. A little past midway of the first set, and St. James already has 6 aces in the match. Both teams break their huddle after the timeout and take the court. St. James leading the St. Michael Cardinals 15-2. Alan Browning back serving for St. James. Substitution after timeout for the Cardinals. A little confusion on the Cardinals defense. Browning serves the ball in. Cardinals set up their attack. Ball dug up by Poundstone. Olsey hustles over and gets it to Bailey Williams. The ball's hit long. Point and a side out for the Cardinals, and St. James leading by 12, 15-3. Jump serve coming in. Played by Carson Ann Crow. Gets the ball to Poundstone. Back to Crow, and down it goes. Poundstone to Crow. Carson Ann Crow's second kill of the match. That's a side out to St. James as Ashley White comes in for Emily Poundstone. Emily Olsey back serving for St. James, up 16-3. Olsey floats one into the back right corner. Cardinals set up their attack. Olsey pushes the ball up. Alan Browning rushes in, gets the ball to Ashley White, and down it goes. Browning set it up for Ashley White. She hammered the ball down. Point for St. James, and they lead 17-3. It's Ashley White's first kill of this first set. Oh, ace for Olsey. She floated it in there, and it went off the Cardinal defender. St. James now with an 18-3 lead. Olsey floats another one into the back row. The Cardinals set up their attack. Alan Browning pushes the ball up, gets it to Olsey. Olsey to Crow. Oh, hit her in the chest. They get the ball back over. Lizanne Livens pushes it up to Emily Olsey. Back to Ashley White. Down it goes. Olsey to White. Beautifully set up play. St. James leading now 19-3. Olsey back serving for the Trojans. She floats another one in. Ooh, that was a nice play by the Cardinals. That was going to hit the floor. Cardinals set up their attack. Pushed up by Bailey Williams. Gets the ball to Olsey. Back to Ashley White, and down it goes. Olsey to White. Ashley's hammering the ball down. St. James up now 20-3. Ashley finding the spot on the court where nobody's at. She's wearing them out. Olsey floats another one in, pushed up by the front row of the Cardinals. Free ball to St. James. That ball's out of bounds. That's an attack error by the Cardinals. That gives St. James a 21-3 lead. Olsey floats another one into the libero on the back row. They set up their attack. They roll the ball over the block, played by Olsey. Browning hustles in, gets it to Crow. Ball played off the defender. Cardinals hustle the ball over. Free ball to St. James. Comes to Alan Browning. She gets the ball to Olsey. Back to Ashley White. Ball goes into the net. That's a side out to the Cardinals. St. James leading the St. Michael Cardinals now 21-4. Ball comes in, played by Lizanne Livings over the net. It's a tough serve by the Cardinals. They set up their offense. It's a nice hit down the line on the Cardinals attacker. Point for St. Michael. St. James leads now 21-5. Serve comes into St. James, played by Alan Browning. Pushes the ball up to Olsey. Lizanne Livings rolls the ball over the block. St. Michael sets up their attack. Alan Browning digs the ball up, pushed over by Olsey. Carson Ann Crow gets it back to the corner. St. Michael sets up their attack, pushed over, played by Lizanne Livings. Olsey gets the ball to Ashley White. She dunks the ball over the block. Oh, they were in the net. It's all right. There's a push over the block and onto the St. James side of the court for St. Michael's 6th point of the match. St. James leading now 21-6. Serve comes in, played by Alan Browning, up to the net. Olsey pushes it up to Ashley White, and down it goes. Olsey to White. That's Ashley White's 4th kill of the match, and that gets us to side out to St. James, and they lead St. Michael's 22-6. Carson Ann Crow back serving for St. James. Ball comes in, played by the back row of Cardinals. They set up their attack, rolled over, played by Alan Browning. Olsey, Ashley White. Ball's out of bounds. Side out and a point for St. Michael. St. James leading now 22-7. Serve comes in, played by Lizanne Livings. Olsey hustles it up, gets it to Ashley White. She rolls it over the block and down. That's Ashley White's 5th kill of the match, and that gets us to 23-7 lead for St. James. Lucy Edwards, number 3, comes in, and Kathleen Wright comes in for St. James. Edwards serves the ball over. Tipped over the block and down. The St. Michael's attacker hit it over St. James block and on the ground, side out to St. Michael's, with St. James leading 23-8. Serve comes in, played by Lucy Edwards. She gets it to Olsey. Olsey to Kathleen Wright. Attack goes over, dug up by the Cardinals. Ball's out of bounds. That's an attack error by the Cardinals, and that gets us to set point. 24-8 lead for St. James as Emily Poundstone comes in for Ashley White, and Poundstone will be serving for the set. Nice serve. Overpass pushed up by Carson Ann Crow. She gets it to Poundstone, back to Lizanne Livings. Cardinals are hustling, trying to get the ball back over the court. They do get the ball over, played by Kathleen Wright. She gets it to Poundstone, back to Lizanne Livings. Attack dug up. Oh, the ball's in the net, yes. Lizanne Livings with the kill ends the first set for St. James. St. James takes the first set over St. Michael, 25-8. There's a 3-minute intermission between games. That first set, excuse me, had a sneeze. The first set, Alan Browning had 2 aces. Emily Poundstone had 3 aces. Carson Ann Crow had 2 kills. Bailey Williams had 1 kill. Lizanne Livings had 4 kills and 1 ace. Emily Olsey had 2 kills and an ace. Ashley White had 5 kills. Emily Olsey had 4 assists. Emily Poundstone had 7 assists. Bailey Williams had an assist, and Alan Browning had an assist. Again, we got about a little less than 2 minutes before the start of this next in the second set. Cardinals break their huddle and take the court. Prepare for this second set. St. James will be receiving serve this second set. And St. James will start out this set with Marilee Kapuya, number 7, Kathleen Wright, Emily Olsey, Ashley White, Lucy Edwards, and Carson Ann Crow. The down referee has just completed checking lineups and player positions for the Cardinals. Checking player positions for St. James. And she's completed, and she's got to go back and check on the Cardinal side. Down referee rolls the ball out to the Cardinals, and we're fixing to get this one on second set. The libero for the Cardinals serving to the Trojans. Serve comes in, played by Carson Ann Crow. Nice serve by the Cardinals. Emily Olsey gets it to Ashley White. Nice attack by Ashley White. Marilee Kapuya gets it to Olsey. Olsey again to White. Dug up by the Cardinals. They set up their attack. Roll, played by Carson Ann Crow. Over to Olsey. Marilee Kapuya punches the ball over the net. Nice hustle by Carson Ann Crow, but the Trojans couldn't get the ball back over. The first point of the second set are going to go to the Cardinals, and they lead St. James 1-0. Libero serves another one in. Carson Ann Crow takes serve, gets it to Olsey. Kathleen Wright with an attack. That's a kill for Kathleen Wright. That's her first kill of the match. St. James evens the score up now 1-1 as Emily Poundstone, number 10, comes in for Ashley White. Poundstone will be serving for St. James. Poundstone floats one in down the line, close to an overpass, pushed up to the net. Blocked by Emily Olsey at the net. Marilee Kapuya pushes the ball up to Poundstone. Poundstone back to Kathleen Wright, and down it goes. Kathleen Wright's second kill in as many points. Poundstone to Wright. They give St. James a 2-1 lead. Poundstone floats one into the back row. It's close to an overpass. Nice play by Marilee Kapuya. That's her first kill of the match. Nice heads up play by Marilee. Score now, St. James 3, the Cardinals 1. Poundstone floats a short one in, played by the front row. Point for St. James. The Cardinals couldn't get the ball back over the net. St. James leads the Cardinals now 4-1. Poundstone hammers it in. Oh, it hits the net. That's an ace for Poundstone. That's her fourth ace of the match. St. James leads now 5-1. Poundstone floats one into the back row. Cardinals set up their attack. Tipped off by Kathleen Wright. Poundstone digs it up, gets it to Carson Ann Crow, back to Wright. Nice attack, dug up by the Cardinals. Pushed up by Marilee Kapuya. Carson Ann Crow hustles it over and gets it to Olsey. Olsey rolls the ball over the block. Cardinals set up their offense off the net and down on the St. James side of the court. That's the point for the Cardinals. And St. James holds on to a 3-point lead now. The score, St. James 3, St. Michael 2. Ball comes in, played by Olsey. That's an ace for the Cardinals. Had a hard time getting their position right on that one. Score now, St. James 5, the Cardinals 3. Serve comes in, played by Lucy Edwards. St. James didn't get the ball back up. Off serve receive. St. James now with a 1-point lead. Score St. James 5, St. Michael 4. Serve comes in, played by Lucy Edwards. Gets it to Poundstone. Back to Olsey. Poundstone to Olsey. And that's a kill. That's Emily Olsey's third kill of the match. And St. James takes a side out and they lead 6-4 as Marilee Kapuya, number 7, goes back to serve for the Trojans. Nice floater serve to the back row. Cardinals set up their attack. Pushed over and onto the court. St. James Point and a side out to the Cardinals. St. James now with a 1-point lead again. The score is St. James 6, St. Michael 5. Serve comes in, played by Carson Ann Crow. Gets it to Poundstone. Poundstone to Kathleen Wright. Tipped off the block. Dug up by the Cardinals. They set up their attack. Lucy Edwards digs the ball up. Ball goes into the net, and St. James can't get the ball back over. We're all tied up at 6. Serve comes in, played by Carson Ann Crow. Poundstone hustles over and gets it back to Crow. Ball goes into the net and on St. James' side of the court. St. Michael's takes a 1-point lead over St. James, and they lead St. James 7-6. Serve comes in, played by Lucy Edwards. She gets it to Poundstone to Olsey. Ball's on the line. Poundstone to Olsey. That's Emily Olsey's 4th kill, and that evens the score up 7 apiece as Alan Browning comes in for Kathleen Wright and will be serving. Mary Julian Setzer comes in for Lucy Edwards on the front row. Alan Browning serving for the Trojans. She floats one in to the middle of the Cardinals defense. They're in hustle mode. They set up their offense. Ball goes off a St. James defender and out of bounds. That's a side out and a point for the Cardinals, and they take a 1-point lead over our Trojans, 8-7. Jump serve comes in, played by Alan Brown, and she gets the ball to Poundstone. Back to Carson Ann Crow. Down it goes. Poundstone to Crow. That's Carson Ann Crow's 3rd kill, and that evens us up at 8. Ashley White comes in for Emily Poundstone to the front row as Emily Olsey goes back to serve for the Trojans. She floats it into the, that's an ace. That was a knuckleball. Olsey got an ace on that one and floated it in there, and the defender couldn't play it. St. James takes a 1-point lead again. St. James 9, St. Michael 8. Olsey floats another one in, barely over the net. Cardinals set up their attack, blocked at the net, and down on the St. James side of the court. That's a side out and a point for the Cardinals, and we're all tied up at 9. St. James just can't pull away, and the Cardinals won't go away. Serve comes in, played by Carson Ann Crow. She gets the ball to Olsey, back sets it to Crow, off the block and dug up by the libero for the Cardinals. They set up their attack. Blocked at the net by Ashley White and Mary Julian Setzer. Point for St. James. St. James with a side out, and they lead 10-9 as Carson Ann Crow goes back to serve for the Trojans. Serve comes in. That's a floater serve to the back left corner. They set up a back row attack, and it's down. It's blocked at the net. Carson Ann Crow digs it up. Olsey gets the ball over to Marilee Capulia. That's a kill for Capulia on the right side. Point for St. James. They lead now 11-9. Carson Ann Crow still serving for the Trojans. Another nice floater serve to the back row. Back row attack for the Cardinals. Tipped at the line. And St. James couldn't dig the ball up. That's a side out and a point for the Cardinals, and St. James holds on to a 1-point lead now, 11-10. Served in to Alan Brown and plays it, gets it to Olsey, back to Ashley White, and down it goes. Olsey to White. That's Ashley White's 6th kill of the match. Lucy Edwards comes in for Mayor Julian Setzer and will be serving for the Trojans. Kathleen Wright comes back in for Alan Browning on the front row. Edwards floats one in, hits the tape, and almost hit the court. Cardinals catch the ball, roll over the defense. Carson Ann Crow digs it up, gets the ball to Olsey. Back, that's a double hit. Double hit on their set, so that's a side out and a point for St. Michael. St. James with a 1-point lead now, the score. St. James 12, St. Michael 11. Nice. Serve into the net. Service error by St. Michael. Gives St. James a point and a side out as Emily Poundstone comes back in for Ashley White. St. James leading 13-11. Poundstone floats it into the middle of the back row. Overpass played by Kathleen Wright. Gets the ball to Poundstone to Marilee Capulia with a hit. attack on the Cardinal side out and a point for them. St. James holds on to that 1 point lead, 13-12. Serve comes in, played by Emily Olsey. She gets it to Poundstone, back to Olsey. Nice overpass kill by Emily Olsey. That's her 5th kill. Nice way to be at the right place at the right time, Emily. Ellie Streeton, number 11, comes in for Carson Ann Crow to the front row as Marilee Kapuya, number 7, serves for St. James. Ball comes into the corner. They yelled out that was going to be in. Attack plate dug up by Lucy Edwards. She gets it to Poundstone. She pushes it over. That's a kill for Emily Poundstone. Love it when that happens. Point for St. James, and they lead 15-12. Kapuya still serving for the Trojans. Nice serve to the middle of the back row. A double hit. Yeah, double hit called on the Cardinal setter. Point for St. James. They're up by 4 now. The score, St. James 16, St. Michael 12. Kapuya floats another one into the back row. Get in, ball. That ball hits the court. That's an ace. Ace for Marilee Kapuya. That's her first ace, and St. James takes a 17-12 lead over the Cardinals. Kapuya puts a little more pepper on it, gets the ball. That's an ace again. That's her second ace in as many serves. Timeout, St. Michael. Score on the court, St. James 18, St. Michael 12. We get a little love from the cheering section. Again, we got Carson Ann Crow's mom and Emily Poundstone's mom. They're twinsies over there. You can see them over there in this corner. You can see them over there. They're got their own matching uniforms. You gotta love senior moms. Marilee Kapuya back serving for St. James. St. James up 18-12. Nice serve into the back row. That's another ace. You can call a timeout, but she's still serving aces up. Score, St. James 19, St. Michael 12. That's Marilee Kapuya's third ace. Another serve. It might have been out, but they played it, thank goodness. Free ball, St. James. The ball's out of bounds by the St. Michael attacker. St. James now extends their lead by 8. St. James leading 20-12 over St. Michael. Nice floater serve down the other line. That's an ace. Marilee Kapuya's fourth ace. St. James leading now 21-12. Substitution for the Cardinals. No. What are we doing? Down, the ref trying to give the ball away. Marilee Kapuya serving for the Trojans. Nice serve. Ball's up to the net. That was a double hit. Didn't call it. Marilee Kapuya gets the ball to Poundstone. Poundstone to Olsey. Tipped over the block. Ball's coming over. Lucy Edwards hustles in, gets it to Poundstone. Poundstone back over to Streeton. Get in, ball. Cardinals hustle up. We got a free ball coming to St. James, played by Kathleen Wright. Gets it to Poundstone. Back to Olsey over the block and down. Poundstone to Olsey. Her 6th kill. Point for St. James. Lacey Brown, number 6, comes in for the Trojans and will be serving. The Trojans are up 22-12. Nice serve by Lacey. That's a bullet. Lacey Brown with an ace. Nice serve. Puts the Trojans up 23-12. Timeout Cardinals. Very nice serve by Lacey coming in off the bench and throwing the heater. Trojans huddle up and break huddle. On the court, Lacey Brown serving for the Trojans. We got Lucy Edwards, Emily Poundstone, Ellie Streeton, Emily Olsey, and Kathleen Wright. We're looking for 2 points. St. James up 23-12. Cardinals break huddle and take the court with a substitution right after a timeout. Looking for 2 points. Come on, Lacey. Senior number 6 serving. Trojans up 23-12. Nice serve into the back row. That's another ace by Lacey Brown. This is set point, match point. St. James up 24-12. Come on, Lacey. One more, baby. Nice serve to the back row. Cardinals set up their offense. Ball's dug up by Lacey Brown. She gets it to Poundstone. Back to Olsey. Brown gets another one up. Poundstone back to Ellie Streeton down the line and out of bounds. That's a kill for Ellie Streeton. Her first kill, and it couldn't have come at a better time. St. James wins the second set 25-12 and defeats St. Michael 2-0. St. James will get a little bit of a break and we'll get a chance to maybe have a little lunch before we play the host team, Spanish Fort, at 1:30. See you then.